Okay, we are on the west side of the garage, exterior wall. This is power coming into the house. It's the electric power supply conduit. It has a slip joint on it. That's fine. The meter is sealed on three sides. This is fine. This is our electric meter. It tells us that we've got 200 amps at 240 volts. Over here is our main disconnect. We've got our neutral is wrapped with white. This should be. We've got non-conductive protective covers on here, and I can peek up underneath here. These covers are not required anywhere else today. But this is our 200 electric power disconnect, and I see that we've got copper wire coming into the home. This is the dead front cover plate to it with all the written information on it. So far, that's our grounding rod. Okay, so it's an 8-foot rod. It's supposed to be buried 8 feet, but they didn't get it quite 8 feet in. But you'll notice that the ground wire has been buried, submerged inside the ground to make up for that extra 6 inches. So that is an A-OK application away. And then we work our way into the garage again on the west interior wall, and this is the main load center. And we've got a second. We've got a second main disconnect right here. We've got protective covers. They're not required, but man, you've got them. So, I mean, why complain about being extra safe? That's a good thing. In the future, they probably will be required. Okay, we're coming on along, looking at our fasteners and everything, looking at our wires. These wires right here, they're not supposed to be in touch with the cabinet cover. They should be bent back a little bit. There you go. That's a little better. Okay. I see a spare breaker in here, but for the life of me, I cannot find out where it goes, what it's for. You know, it's like, wow, man, maybe the AFCI wasn't working like it should, and they just put a regular breaker in, or GFCI wasn't working like it should, and so I kind of went through the process of elimination. I wasn't able to make that determination. I do know that the two air conditioning units are 30 and 25 amps. And I haven't looked at the condensing units, so I don't know if they're properly fused or not. One thing I know is we don't have a bonding location posted inside of this cabinet. Is the cabinet going to work if you don't know where the bonding location is? Yeah, probably will. Well, there it is right there. We've got a UFER, U-F-E-R. Okay, so there's our UFER rod right in there. Works as a second ground to the first ground that we were talking about with the buried cable on it. And since this goes through the foundation, and this is a PEX water supply system, then this operates as the bonding as well, and it's also bonded. The gas is bonded at the meter, and the gas is bonded at the HVAC system. So our bonding is covered, but it's not labeled in here. Now most electricians will be able to figure out that you got your bonding right here. Okay, it's probably not going to be a big mystery to most people. But if you had like a freezer or something like that, and it was in front of the, then now the electrician's left to guess, and that's why they want you to put the label where the bonding is. Man, that's not too much wrong. We're not quite finished yet. Okay. Again, will this affect anything? No. But these breakers are all supposed to be labeled. Okay. This is AC number 1, AC number 2, dishwasher, I get that. Disposal, I get that. Oven, I get that. Okay, so most of the labeling looks like it's pretty much correct in that the proper breakers are identified. But that is handwriting. See where it says Siemens? That is printing. Handwriting, printing. The National Electrical Code says this should be printed, not handwritten. The International Residential Code says this should be printed, not handwritten. And the Siemens manufacturer says this should be printed, not handwriting. The manufacturer's installation instructions supersedes the codes that I just referenced. The manufacturer says this should be printed. It even came with a little printed tabs that you could just stick on there, and you didn't even have to write that out. As clear as it is. In a few years, is that going to stop any of these breakers from working? No, it's not going to stop any of these breakers from working. Is it going to stop in the world? No. It'd be a little safer though. It'd be a little more durable, and it would meet the manufacturer's installation instructions. So what do we learn? We learned the meters over there on the other side of the wall. We learned that they misspelled UFER. We learned that they don't have the bonding location labeled inside of here, so you know where that is. And we learned that the circuit breakers have been handwritten instead of printed. And that's about it. And for an electric load center, that's pretty. Oh no, you're not through yet, bud. Okay, this is GFCI for the clothes dryer. Air conditioning doesn't have to be GFCI. This is a lockout for the range, so you can turn it off and close this and lock it, so you can work on the range and not have to worry about somebody coming in here and do it. But the range also is supposed to have a lockout on it. Excuse me, it does have a lockout. The range, you can unplug the clothes dryer, but the range is supposed to have a GFCI on it as well. So we do not have GFCI on the range. We don't have the bonding location labeled. We do not have printing on the circuit breakers. That's it.